Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grandmaster Knockout. In the left corner, the one, the only Niemann. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, Pragg. Tonight, one board, 64 squares, playing white. Niemann playing black. Pragg, gentlemen, let the battle begin. Niemann, pawn to e4. Pragg, pawn to c6. Niemann, pawn to d4. Pragg, pawn to d5. Niemann, pawn to e5. Pragg, bishop to f5. Niemann, knight to f3. Pragg, pawn to e6. Niemann, bishop to e2. Pragg, knight to d7. Niemann, castles kingside. Pragg, pawn to a5. Niemann, knight to c3. Pragg, pawn to a4. Niemann, bishop to d2. Pragg, pawn to a3. Niemann, pawn to b3. Pragg, pawn to h6. Niemann, rook to c1. Pragg, knight to e7. Niemann, pawn to h3. Pragg, bishop to g6. Niemann, rook to e1. Pragg, knight to f5. Niemann, bishop to d3. Pragg, bishop to e7. Niemann, knight to e2. Pragg, pawn to c5. Niemann, knight to f4. Pragg, bishop to h7. Niemann, pawn to c4. Pragg, pawn takes c4. Niemann, bishop takes c4. Pragg, pawn takes d4. Niemann, bishop takes a6. Pragg, castles kingside. Niemann, bishop to d5. Pragg, knight to c5. Niemann, pawn to e6. Pragg, pawn takes a6. Niemann, bishop takes a6, check. Pragg, king to h8. Niemann, knight to e5. Pragg, knight takes a6. Niemann, knight takes a6. Pragg, queen to d5. Niemann, knight to c7. Pragg, queen to d8. Niemann, knight takes a8. Pragg, queen takes a8. Niemann, rook to c7. Pragg, pawn to b5. Niemann, rook takes a7. Pragg, knight takes a7. Niemann, bishop to b4. Pragg, rook to e8. Niemann, knight to f7, check. Pragg got king to g8. Niemann, knight to d6. Niemann lands the knockout. Pragg has no answer. If you loved this fight, smash that like button and subscribe. More legendary battles are coming your way. See you in the next one.